Now we are at Lone Rock Lake Powell. It's about 2-3 days past family reunion. Everyone went home on Sunday. And Yakuruna and I stayed. I think it's Wednesday. Is it Wednesday? I have no idea. Oh, what's going on? Why is this blurry? Is it, hold on, sorry. Make sure that I don't overheat this little young fellow. It's like super sensitive to overheating. So, sequence of events, I went to Virgin River, recorded there, and then I went to pick up my nephew, whom needed to be picked up from the airport in Cedar City. So because of that is why I went to the river, was able to go. And Jakuruna enjoying the water. He's tied down. So we're on a paddleboard and have paddled far away from the human. It feels so good to not have to hear noise. Of course boats can come over here, but right now no one's over here, so woohoo! So picked up my nephew. It was really great being able to hang out with him. Usually, you know, there's so many of us that we don't really get to spend quality time, just one-on-one. So I got to hang out with him, and we went up Cedar City Canyon. OMG. Underestimated. That was gorgeous, and I just wish we had more daylight to be able to enjoy more of it. It was fall, sun setting, and just desert mixed with aspen tree forest amazingness. My mind was completely blown. I, at that point, had been about third day into a dry fast, dry-ish, because I would drink a little bit of cold water once or twice a day, being that I was in the desert. Sometimes I'd feel like doing that, and I'm going to see if I can paddle a little bit. I don't want to go towards the shore. And so, I felt pretty good, totally mentally with it, of course, but I was happy to let him drive. It added about an additional 3 hours to my drive, so, you know, just saying, hey, you want to drive? And of course, he was cute enough to fill up my tank in addition, so I got about a half a tank of free gas, boom. And then we arrived at Darling Lake Powell, and I had to go here. There's no service, and I had to go into town to do some business, get rent paid, make sure things were getting deposited, and pay a few things, etc. And I received a message from the ex, from my alleged narc ex. There's something swimming up, or we're going up towards it, one or the other. A lot of bubbling going on down there. Ay, 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 ay. I tied my human. He almost went overboard. That was funny. He was totally not going very quickly because of my tying, but yep. Anyways, we saved him. He didn't go. Nope, he didn't. So he asked me if I was in Lake Powell or if I was going. And of course, I was already here, of course. And so I just told him to bring the kids because their cousins were totally bummed out they hadn't come. So, you know, of course I knew he'd do annoying things and whatever. Totally overstep my boundaries and etc. So I just decided it's fine, I'll be a grown-up and just let him bring the kids so that the kids can be here and I can just ignore him to the best of my ability. And so he came and was, trying to act like we're best buds and flirting with me a little bit. Comes up and puts his arm around me at one point in front of everybody, so I just walked away because I don't want to make a scene and make everybody uncomfortable, because as much as I would like everybody to protect me and validate me and what he does, they can't. He's too covert, he's too good. I even had my niece over there talking to him at one point, and he called me mom. He always used to call me mom, and I'd call him dad. And so he still calls me mom from time to time. And, whatever, I don't care. I am a mom. But my niece, she's a young lady. She doesn't, have much life experience. And, she sees the fellow, once a year or twice. Doesn't know him. So she's like, oh, he still calls you mom. And I was like, oh yeah, I'm glad that gives you feelings of endearment or whatever you call it. It does nothing to me, because I know the fellow. And so she also told me, the same darling niece that I love deeply, that she said, oh, I'm just so sorry, but I just like him, and blah, blah, blah. And I said, oh, that's cool, just keep it superficial, and then you'll be able to keep liking him. Because, if you marry him, have kids with him, or live with him, then you'll see that he's not that pleasant in a creepy, covert kind of way. So, that's difficult to hear. Like, oh, you like a guy that did all these awful things to me and has really hurt me and my kids over just complete made-up stuff. Aw, isn't that cute? It kind of, makes it a normal human being that hasn't done the kind of work that I've done. I don't know how many human beings there are of my latter type of how I used to be. I don't really know, but that would have been really hard for me, and maybe I would have wanted to, set her straight and da-da-da-da-da. But I didn't, she don't hardly ever see me. She doesn't hardly ever see him. She doesn't know what's going on. And so, yeah, on a superficial level, he's awesome, and I like him, and I've told them stuff, but you know what I learned? Is people don't remember. They don't even listen. So, yeah, of course I've told her stuff about what's gone on. I've told everybody stuff. Just, they ask and I talk and I say. So, sorry I'm only showing you this one view of Lake Powell, but I don't want my phone to overheat because then it starts recording. So then what? There's an incident where my 10-year-old son had rubbed sand into my 5-year-old's face. His mouth was full of sand. His eyes appeared to have also been involved in the sand. The whole face was just completely covered. And my child comes over to me, crying, of course, and I told him, Dad is the one that's in charge of you and you need to talk to him about it. And so the ex comes over right in that moment. And he says, oh, they're just playing. That's how they play. So, of course, I couldn't help but give him a lesson on adult and proper playing. And I said, playing means both people are having fun. This child's not having fun. In addition, if he got sand in his eye, that would mean, not for me, but for a normal person, would mean an emergency room visit. That's not how we play. That's not, you get the gist. I could go on and on teaching y'all about what's appropriate play and so forth, but I'm sure you are intelligent enough to figure it out. Let me help my human here. So, the guy has no clue of what's appropriate. This is the kind of play he'll play with his, wives and his children. Oh, ha ha ha, you're crying. This is so funny. We're playing. Allegedly. So, he offered me food, and I hadn't eaten for 5 days at this point. And so I decided, well, I guess I should probably eat. And I felt pretty, decent. I felt terrible, but, why not refeed at this point? Crappy food, but, it was a burger. It was normal, average human food. So I ate it because, well, I already said you were, but I also was like, someone else is cooking, not me. Someone else is cooking. Okay, ya como mi amor, cariño, mi amor, ay, como cinnamon, pum, pum. That's my made-up language for him. Okay, this isn't working as planned. I'm trying to keep it in the shade still. So anyways, then he offered me more food, but it was sugar, so I didn't eat it. I didn't take it. He has my kids come over and offer it to me. And then my little boys, of course, wanted to sleep with me, but I only had enough room for one, so I let Willow sleep with me because he was kind of freaking out and missing me the most. And but of course Leonidas also was missing me. They're still little. 5 and 4. Is that right? Yeah. No, 6 and 4. Duh. Leonidas turned 6. Oh. Well, anyways. So my 6-year-old fell asleep in my car with my baby. The one that's right here with me. And so Dad came, Willow, my 4-year-old came and laid with me, and then sat with me. We were around the fire because he, was crying and wanted to, and so Dad brought him over. And he fell asleep, so I went and took him to Dad because, I really didn't have enough room in my car for all the boys. Well, he woke up and was freaking out, of course, and da-da-da. Anyways, Dad brought him to me, and so I had him switch out the boys. So he slept with me. And Leonidas said, Mom, I just want you and Dad to be together again. And if that wasn't like literal death to me, and I'm not just talking about on a selfish level, I'm talking about on a physical, like I'm gonna die. And I would. But I have to live and be healthy for my kids. Being sick in bed all the time, it's not good for them to see me like that. So I'm not gonna do that. No matter how much people don't understand, I have to do what I'm doing, because them having me half the time as a healthy mom is better than them not having me at all. And you know, people in the government, law, professional system are just like, why don't you just go get on pills? Like, just go get on pills. You can pretend to feel better. Just drug yourself. But that's not why I had my kids. I had them to show them how to really live and be happy. And if I do that, then I'm not really showing them anything other than to take pills, to be a drug addict, and to numb yourself, and to force yourself to stay in miserable situations with abusive people, allegedly. And so I'm not going to do that. And I can't have what's ideal for them, meaning a happy mom 24/7, with them 24/7. But at least they have me alive and well. Look at this gorgeousness that we've arrived to. Ya Corona, mi amor. Oh, papá. Qué pasión, mi amor. This is a 360 view. Oh, yes. That's Lone Rock. Holy crap, it looks so different from me. Oh, mi amor. Cariño. Hola. Hola, bebé. Hola, mi amor. Hola. ¿Ya te cansaste? ¿Ya no queremos? So, anyways, you know, there's some healing that needs to be done just from that trip right there, because, you know, just because I wasn't expressing my PTSD doesn't mean it wasn't being triggered. And then the funny, interesting part is I received an email from my lawyer saying that he's paid his portion of the rest of the custody evaluation fee, which is due, and asking me when I was going to pay my portion. So, speculating here that he came here, well, he flirts with me off and on. And I never take the bait, of course, because I don't want her. And, well, anyways, I don't need to tell you why. I believe that he saw very clearly that I have no interest in him, and that I'm never going to have any interest in him. And so, you know, his way of, trying to kill my vibe and upset me is to go pay that fee, which is fine. I want him to pay his part. I was worried he wouldn't. So if that is his plan, because again, I'm speculating, then it didn't work, because I want him to pay it, because I want my kids to get their passports. I want to be able to take them to Mexico with me. And that's the only possibility for me to be able to accomplish that is through the legal means of doing it. And this, unfortunately, is a... papá. Oh, mi amor. Oh, mi amor. ¿Ya te cansaste del sol en tus ojos, mi amor? Sí, mi amor. So anyways, yay, he paid the evaluation, and we can proceed to finish that up as soon as I pay my portion, which I'll do as soon as I can get that, those funds, which I hope to get by the end of this month. And so I'm going to proceed with my journey here, my healing journey, because I also get my kids in a month if he decides to give them back to me. Of course, every time he just decides to keep who he wants, which is upsetting, but, whatever. Getting upset will make me sick. So I have to just not get upset and trust that everything's working out in perfect time and space. and just enjoy my kids when I do get to see them, and be the example of the opposite of him, so that they know what else to do, and don't just be turned into major bullies and mean people. And I'm sure with some of them it'll have effect, and with others it won't. I don't know. I don't get to control that. I gave birth to them. I don't own them. And I don't get to force them to be the way I would want them to be. So I'm gonna go to Arizona next, and then Texas, and then I'm gonna go into Mexico for a minute so my baby's daddy can see his baby. And by then it'll be time to go home. So next time I'm at another epic natural location, I will do another update on my healing journey. And I am feeling still very weak and exhausted, but it's getting better. It feels less than it was at the beginning. So I mostly just do these super chill floats, little short swims, get in the sun, get my sun medicine, get my water medicine, and sleep a lot. I'm fasting, dry fasting, because that's also very healing, emotionally, physically, spiritually. And then when I nourish, I do it with very high quality superfoods, which that I'll cover at some point in the future. But it's a culmination of 20 years of research and experimentation of what's truly good for us, because as we know, the mainstream just wants to drug us, and that's not an option for me. And their nutritional advice is crap. I'm running into a bank here. It's too shallow. But yeah, their advice is crap. So not doing that. And unfortunately, there's a lot of stuff out there that's alternative, but not all of the alternative stuff is good. 22 years, 23 years of trying. I basically think I've tried everything, like every single thing. And nothing really worked long term. It would work for a short period of time, and then it would stop. And so I kept searching, because I have this inherent belief that our bodies are meant to thrive and to heal and to be healthy and so forth. So I searched and I searched and I found. It was a 20-year-long searching. And I accomplished finding something that is really healing and has healed me completely in this recent past. And just with the drama and everything, and having a baby and having to grow my business simultaneously, going from a no income earning mom, stay-at-home mom, to an income earning one in a year. So self-sustained income earner. Ooh, what is this? Do I want this on me? Look at this muddy yumminess. Yaku, should we get out right here, mi amor? ¿Nos bajamos? Should we have a break? Sí, claro que sí. Alrighty, I guess we're gonna get out and go party over here for a minute. Look at this beauty. Oh, that's so pretty. Oh my gosh, I love it so much. So peace out, and I hope you do something to love yourself and take care of yourself, because it's not selfish. It's selfish of people to tell you it's selfish, and they just want you to keep killing yourself for them, and you do no one any good. Put your mask on first. Fill your own cup. Put on your life jacket first. Love ya. Mwah.